what's going on, guys? It's me, Trained Man, and welcome to Grass Simulator 2012, where we place a lot of grass, and we're going to finish up a couple of these little sections. Sorry about that. Finish up a couple of these little sections that we've been working on as of late. And, I mean, it's really all quite simple. We do some grass for the first half of the episode, and then we do some other stuff for the second half of the episode so that I don't go crazy with doing grass. And I swear, I'm going to lose it one of these days. The episode is a little bit shorter than usual because I need to get back to Iron Horseman Chronicles work. I only just managed to wrap up a lot of the voice acting, and it looks like it's going to be another tight squeeze. Hopefully this one will be a little bit more forgiving. But I don't know. I really don't know. We'll see with all that. I mean, of course, none of this that I'm working on here really has anything to do with the episode. I probably should have gone over the stuff that I really needed. And maybe that's what I should reserve Thursdays for, but honestly, I should have a lot of the episode done by the time I'm making this video, and that just isn't the case in a lot of cases because getting voice actors in is kind of a problem. Actually, I need to figure out. I need to grab a couple of friends next week. Just give me a small moment while I get this all done. And, you know, I always forget what usernames people are, you know? That's why I started using a username with my name in it. Let me go ahead and check. You know what? I need to hit up 2 of them, and I need to go check something in the meantime. So, just keep an eye on the mesmerizing grass placing while I sort of yammer about what I have to do before next episode. Next Saturday, though, not next Saturday, the Saturday after, I'm taking a trip to another model railroad that's about 3 hours from me. So keep an eye out for that on the Terminus podcast, which comes out the following day. That'd be August 9th. And also, I will point out, if you notice here, we're doing the inner grass first, and now we're onto the outer grass. And they are different kinds of grass because the inner grass is a little bit more hit by the sunlight, a little bit more in the open, and of course, has to suffer the engines running over it all the time and running by it all the time. Also, the ground there probably isn't nearly as fertile because it's not under the trees. I don't really know much about how that works, but it seems like that makes sense. So, I mean, it's not got leaves falling on it to decompose, so makes sense to me, I guess. Oh, whoops! I have this right here. Yeah, I've got approximately a week and a half before I would like to have. Oh, we've got some for. Man, if we get a lot of characters on this one, this is quite a thing. Let me see. Alright, yeah, she's got a scene. That's gonna be interesting. Oh, sorry, game locked up. Hold on, video isn't broken, but it's that sort of time again. What days are you free next week? This is, by the way, for those of you who are not versed on the subject, this is a crash course in how to talk to girls. And the short answer is really not that specially, honestly, because they're human, you know. Anyways. I only make the joke because it appeared to be my job to requisition all of the female voice actors for the Iron Horseman Chronicles, and as of yet, I don't believe we have a female character with a voice actor that hasn't been, that hasn't worked with me directly. So, here we are grassing up this line. If you'll notice, this is one of the abandoned lines, so it's got grass all over it. And this is when I was kind of reaching the end of my rope. Like, okay, I'm running out of things that I really want to grass right now. There's 2 more really big projects that I need to work on, and I don't feel like touching them right yet. So I come over here and do textures. And this is going to look very similar to the other area. There are 2 areas that are sort of, not watershed, but sort of muddy areas. And this is one of them. Obviously, it's a swamp sort of thing. Not quite the Great Arturo swamp, but sort of lowlands, wetlands. I should build like a beaver dam at one end of this. But it's going to be covered all in grass. Of course, the riverbed is muddy. I probably should have gone with something darker, honestly, if I was really thinking about it. But we're going to cover it all with the sort of greener or darker greener grass splines, so it doesn't matter too much. And the river is just going to remain the river. I wish I had a beaver dam object, or even just pile of logs, just random assemblage. I mean, I have a pile of logs object, but not one that's sort of randomly placed about. Anyways. So that's 1 out of 3 I've gotten a response from, but no confirmed date. Let me drop my line to the other one. The other ones... Keeping an eye out for all the characters we have on this episode. Ooh, that was a quick response. Whoops, nope, that wasn't from her. It's from her. We're about to come to the end of the grassing section, so watch for the epic transition that is actually not so epic. And this is me just finishing out that last section, readjusting that so it isn't so lined, and then change suddenly to a different area of the map, other side of the pass, where I was working for the second half of last episode. And this is the kind of thing we've done plenty of times before. This is the same kind of thing we've done a dozen times before. The real not confusing, but the real interesting thing in this area is going to come when we get to do most of the terrain and the river. For now, we need a base coat of ground, though. And then we'll put everything else on top of it, sort of on top of it in air quotes, because some of the stuff is going to be rises and some of it's going to be falls, and most of it's going to be flat, because I'm going to stick with the theme. Stick with the... Wow. I did a joke the first time, but I can't do it right now. I'm going to stick with the theme that Jader sort of gave us for that town up there, which is the town of Wyvern. And it is, in short, it is farms everywhere. Alright, that raises a question. Alright, so this is me in the base coat for the river, but this is about to become largely irrelevant because that was just basically me checking to see if the river was low enough that I could squeak it in under the tracks there, and it's not. So I'm gonna have to lower the river slightly with the rapids or falls or something of that description. And meanwhile, we're just gonna make this entire area a big flat block. We've done this before. Trust me, I'm an engineer. Voice acting kick earlier in the week, and that's exactly what I've been doing for these past couple of days, just going around getting all sorts of voice acting. Trying to get in contact with the other two. Because I need them as well. Crap. I am at a loss. Why? This is me, of course, doing terrain tracks, and I go about it a little bit haphazardly. If you'll notice, I'm just sort of clicking all over the place because I'm tired of going in an orderly fashion. And then clean it all up, and isn't that oddly satisfying? Now, the grade on the track here is more or less constant, so I was able to just basically run my terrain track straight through it, and it didn't matter that much. And I do that to even greater effect. In a minute, you'll see, with the copy-paste tool. Less than a minute, because the episode's going to end. So I grab this whole section. I try to be really careful with grabbing it right on the edge line, and then placing it right on the edge line, and then of course the game is like, what the heck are you doing? But it takes care of it pretty quickly. So that's how to copy paste large swaths of slope. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'm gonna be out as soon as I patch this hole up, and I'll see you guys next week. Tryman out.